May 7th, 1989. The Coliseum in Richfield, Ohio. You are playing Game 5 of the Eastern Film Conference first round, the Chicago Bulls versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. There are exactly 3 seconds left on the clock. You are down by one single point. The entire arena is screaming. They think they finally have you cornered. The internet haters would be typing their absolute fastest if Twitter existed back then. But you are Michael Jordan, and you take everything entirely too personally. You catch the inbound pass from Brad Sellers. You take 2 explosive dribbles to the foul line. Craig Alo jumps completely out of the building to block your shot. For a normal human being, this is a heavily contested, panicked shot. But you do not come down. You literally pause in midair. You hang there like gravity simply forgot to pay its electricity bill. You wait for Craig Alo to fly completely past you like a literal non-player character. You release the ball. Swish. You land, violently pump your fist, and scream into the crowd. The entire arena goes dead silent. You just ripped their hearts out on national television. You just ruined Craig Alo's entire weekend and probably his next decade. You are the most terrifying athlete on the planet. You have absolute, undeniable aura. But before you became the sneaker king, the global icon, and a literal basketball deity, you were just a deeply petty teenager in North Carolina who was obsessed with proving people wrong. This is the completely unhinged story of how a kid who got cut from his high school team turned a massive grudge into a billion-dollar empire, how he survived literal physical assault on the court, and how he 100% completed the sport of basketball. Chapter 1. The Petty Origin Story. To understand the greatest of all time, you have to look at the backyard court in Wilmington, North Carolina. You are Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You are incredibly competitive, mostly because your older brother Larry beats you in one-on-one every single day. The disrespect is astronomical. You hate losing more than you love breathing. But your true villain origin story happens in high school. You are a sophomore. You try out for the varsity basketball team. The coach looks at you, decides you are too short, and cuts you. He puts a taller guy named Leroy Smith on the roster instead. This is the exact moment you decide to become an absolute menace to society. Most kids would cry and go play video games. You go home, lock yourself in your room, cry, and then enter a psychological state of pure concentrated hostility. You memorize Leroy Smith's name. You literally use his name in hotel registries for the rest of your life just to stay mad. The petty levels are completely off the charts. He lives in your head completely rent-free, and you use it as infinite fuel. You grow a few inches. You get a scholarship to the University of North Carolina. It is 1982. You are playing in the National Collegiate Athletic Association championship game. You hit the game-winning shot as a freshman. Main character energy officially activated. Fast forward to 1984. You enter the National Basketball Association draft. The Portland Trail Blazers pick a guy named Sam Bowie over you. This is a generational fumble. The absolute worst front office decision in human history. Portland is completely delusional. You go to the Chicago Bulls. You sign a shoe deal with a struggling running shoe company called Nike. They make you a red and black shoe. The league fines you $5,000 every single time you wear it because it breaks uniform rules. Nike pays the fines. You are breaking the rules and looking incredibly aesthetic while doing it. You average 28 points as a rookie. You are officially the problem. Chapter 2. The Detroit Assault and Battery. But the league is not a video game. It is a literal war zone. Enter the Detroit Pistons. They are known as the Bad Boys. Led by Isaiah Thomas and Bill Laimbeer, they are the absolute villains of the league. They are not playing basketball. They are committing actual assault and battery on the hardwood. They invent a strategy literally called the Jordan rules. The strategy is incredibly simple. Every single time you jump, they try to send you straight to the local hospital. They clothesline you. They push you out of the air. They are playing a mixed martial arts match while you are trying to play basketball. For 3 straight years, they violently eliminate you from the playoffs. You are getting completely cooked. The media calls you a ball hog who cannot win the big games. You realize that being the most skilled player is not enough. You have to become an actual tank. You hit the weight room. You put on 15 pounds of pure muscle. You get a new coach named Phil Jackson. He is basically a basketball zen master. He introduces the triangle offense. You also finally trust your ultimate ally, Scottie Pippen. 1991 arrives. You face the Detroit Pistons again. You completely sweep them. 4-0. They are so incredibly salty that they walk off the court before the clock even expires without shaking hands. Total loser behavior, highly unserious. You completely own them. Chapter 3. The first three-peat and the tragedy. You reach the 1991 finals against Magic Johnson and the Los Angeles Lakers. You win the championship. You are crying in the locker room, hugging the Golden Helm trophy. You win again in 1992 against the Portland Trail Blazers, the exact same team that drafted Sam Bowie over you. You hit 6 three-pointers in the first half and just shrug at the camera. Pure, unadulterated disrespect. You win again in 1993 against Charles Barkley and the Phoenix Suns. A literal three-peat. You are the undisputed king of the world. You are a global superstar. But fame is a highly toxic poison. The media starts turning on you. They investigate your gambling habits. They say, you are addicted to golf bets and casinos. The pressure is absolutely suffocating. Then, the darkest moment of your entire life hits. In the summer of 1993, your father James Jordan is tragically murdered in his car. You are completely broken. Your father was your best friend. He was your anchor. He always wanted you to play professional baseball. So, at the absolute peak of your athletic prime, holding 3 championship rings, you walk away. You retire from basketball. You go play minor league baseball for the Birmingham Barons. You are riding a dirty, unair-conditioned bus in the middle of nowhere. The media calls it a massive failure. They say you are ruining your legacy, but they do not understand. You are just grieving. You are hiding from the noise. You are finding your peace on a dusty baseball diamond. Chapter 4. The Comeback and the Jordan Dome. By 1995, Major League Baseball goes on strike. You are bored, and you miss the hardwood. You send a simple 2-word fax to the global media. I am back. You put on the number 45 jersey, but you are rusty. You lose in the playoffs to the Orlando Magic. An opposing player named Nick Anderson literally tells the press that you do not look like the old Michael Jordan. Massive mistake. He just woke up the final boss. You take it personally. You spend the entire summer filming the movie Spacejam, but you force Warner Brothers to build you a massive indoor basketball court on the movie set. It is called the Jordan Dome. You invite the best players in the league to play pickup games every night, just so you can completely destroy their mental health and confidence before the season even starts. The 1995 to 1996 season begins. You switch back to the number 23. You enter Thanos mode. You lead the Chicago Bulls to a record 72 wins. You win the championship on Father's Day. You are sobbing on the locker room floor, clutching the basketball, wishing your dad was there to see it. Chapter 5. The Food Poisoning Game. Then comes 1997, the legendary flu game. Except it was not the flu. You are playing the Utah Jazz. It is Game 5 of the finals. You have severe food poisoning from a suspicious pizza you ate the night before in Utah. You are sweating profusely. You are completely dehydrated. You have 0 hit points left. You are literally falling over during timeouts. Scottie-Pippen has to physically carry you off the court. Despite looking like a walking zombie, you drop 38 points. You hit the game-winning three-pointer. You have maximum plot armor. Nobody can stop you. The entire state of Utah is in shambles. Chapter 6. The Final Disrespect. 1998. The Last Dance. You are exhausted. The front office wants to break up the team. It is your final run. Game 6 of the finals against the Utah Jazz. You are playing in Salt Lake City. You are down by 1 point. There are less than 20 seconds left in the game. You sneak up behind Karl Malone and absolutely strip the ball from him. He completely fumbled the bag. You bring it up the court. You do not call a timeout. You isolate a defender named Bryon Russell. You drive right. You cross back over to your left. Maybe you push off a little bit, but the referees are absolutely not calling an offensive foul on the main character of the sport. Bryon Russell falls and slides completely out of the frame. You elevate. You hold your shooting form perfectly still. The ball swishes through the net with exactly 5.2 seconds left. You leave your hand up in the air just to disrespect the entire state of Utah one last time. You win your 6th championship. 6 in the finals. 6 finals most valuable player awards. Undefeated when it matters the most. You retire again. You come back a few years later to play for the Washington Wizards, literally just because you are bored and want to cook younger players while pushing 40 years old. You eventually buy The Charlotte Hornets. You become a literal billionaire. You are Michael Jordan. You are the ghost that every modern player chases. You are the guy who turned a high school rejection into a global religion. You are the undeniable, undisputed greatest of all time. And everyone else is just fighting for second place.